Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. All games might count the same, but some carry a little more juice. And when you get to this point in the season, a couple of teams in the top 10 fighting for their playoff lives and positioning, this one feels a little special. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. A first down for the offense. Looking for a crease to the left. At the 35, he's open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the right. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule.
Touchdown, Alabama! And they jump on top. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and setting the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Coming out with it, it's Burks. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Here's the handoff. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
To the air, it's Blade. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Bama! And this defense coming out with points of their own. What an interception return.
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Burks. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to win.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Trying the left side. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect...
Oh, look out on the right. The 20. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown tie. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Burks. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, to get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Going to the ground. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Blade. Just a short pass to the tight end. Turns it on in midfield. He's loose down the left side.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
On the run, it's Morton. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Slide 22. Slide. Razor.
They'll go right back to it. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Got it, looking for a first. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
The Gamecocks are on the move. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But we got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They'll go with a direct snap. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Alabama 21, South Carolina 0.
And the Gamecocks will try to pick it up on 4th down. Quick release by the QB. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks! It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down, you've got to make plays, you got to get your team back in. Great start, keep chipping away.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. UAB is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Roddy White should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Washington State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football, because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line, and the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
After that last completion, it's second down. Dropping back, it's Blade. Fires to the big fella. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
The Gamecocks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Gamecocks line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Up and over, Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, man.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
On first down from their own 22. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. And that pass is intercepted. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. There are few things that can impact a game more than the ability to hit the other team's quarterback, and that was a big play there.
And I love the team defense on this play. One, excellent job getting to the QB and forcing the errant pass. And how about the secondary on the back end, able to rally that football and pick it up?
They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Gets set for 2nd down. Now the play fake. Now he's going to break the pocket. Slings it downfield. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Blade. Makes his connection. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Quarterback will keep it. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
That's such a terrible feeling, too, if you're the quarterback, because on 4th down, they're calling for you on a designed run. They're putting all their hopes on you to somehow go out and get that first, and he knew it. There was just nowhere to go. It's got to be a terrible feeling when you know the defense has won, especially on 4th down, and you're going to be coming off the field.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running down. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And how about this? It's a strong safety who spins down in the box all the time and usually plays run. You could tell, saw pass, diagnosed it, and went and got the quarterback on the ground.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll pull it down. On the move at the 30. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the 1st down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires on the move. Got his man all by himself. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Alabama pushing the tempo. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Might be looking to run. He gambles and throws one all the way back to the left. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
He'll return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. One more snap coming before halftime. They're looking for an advantage to the right. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the 2nd half. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another 1st down here on 1st and 10. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Looking for a huge play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Looking to throw, it's Blade. Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
And it's frustrating because you go into half, and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Right back to the well. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Scanning the field, it's Blade. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, South Carolina! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
21.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Fast motion from the offense. On the move. They'll stop him at the 22 after a 5-yard pickup.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
On first down from their own 22. Handoff to the lone back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. We'll see if this dude can keep it rolling. You know, 3 Alabama running backs have won the Doak Walker for the best running back in the country. Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Trent Richardson. Throw in Mark Ingram, who won a Heisman. He might be able to add his name to that illustrious list.
And we could still throw people in there. Sean Alexander, we can go back even further. Alabama's always had great running backs. And when your name gets mentioned with those guys, you talk about puffing out your chest and knowing that you've had a day or a season or a career when you get mentioned with those kind of cats.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And just sprint with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
After 45 on his way. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. And their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll try the left side.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
691, Gators mark.
Makes the grab on the left. The Tide will get the first down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a cheap-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bama! He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Up-tempo for the offense. Back to throw, it's Blade. He's got it. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quickly complete. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 42, South Carolina 21.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Got his man quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They get him down after he makes the catch. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Gonna let it fly. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline and run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Old Dominion fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Coastal Carolina. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Got a lot of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That one comes out hot down the right side.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown time! And the punishment has been extended. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll try the run. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. And the Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up. These DBs going to give a little cushion. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Wants to throw. It's Blade. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the beatdown has ensued. They've now extended that lead. They're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his fourth trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
South Carolina offense will take over. First and 10.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to pick up a first down.
Ringo! 29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
To the air, it's Blade. He's got his man. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
Good enough. for a first down.
The run from the shotgun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. On second down, he'll let it fly. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
With the catch, it's Morton. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the offense sticking to its fourth down beliefs. Just 1 for 4 so far today, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a